Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Georgia Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I'll turn it over to our presenters. Here's the schedule for this afternoon. You are here in session D2. So first up, we'll hear from Florida State University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samantha Bucksbaum. I'm the freshman admission counselor from Florida State University. We're excited to speak with you all this evening. We're going to jump right into our freshman application process. These are just some quick facts for you to glance at quickly, but for the sake of time, let's start on our application. We are a public university located in Tallahassee, Florida. If you want to apply to FSU, you can apply one of three different ways. We're a part of both the Coalition and the Common application. We also have our application on our admissions website as well. If you're interested in applying to our university honors program, this is something you would apply for up front. There's a question on the application that you will check, yes, I am interested in applying to honors. It will then populate a supplemental application for you to complete as well. In addition, if you're applying to one of our special programs, that is music, theater, dance, film, or studio art, we do require supplemental application information for those majors as well. So just make sure you're keeping up with their separate dates, deadlines, and requirements via their websites as well. Step 2 of our application process is creating something that's called the SSAR. This is a self-reported student academic record. We need students to do this instead of completing or sending in an official transcript up front. It's an electronic version of your high school transcript that is created by you. So once you create this SSAR account, we definitely recommend having a copy of your transcript on the side and entering all of your coursework into this SSAR, and that is how we're going to be able to access your grades and calculate your GPA onto our FSU scale. Step 3 of our application process is creating something that's called an application status check. This is really going to be your home base throughout the application process. You'll link all your supporting materials here, and this is also where we're going to check the status of your application and find out your admission decision from FSU as well. Here's where you're going to connect that SSAR account. It will give you a 32-character code. All you need to do with that is just copy and paste that right here into the application status check. And again, that's how we're going to access your grades. Another thing you can self-report here are your ACT and SAT scores. So because we are a public institution in the state of Florida, at this time, we are required by the Florida Board of Governors to need at least one ACT or SAT test score for a complete application to Florida State. This goes for all public institutions in the state of Florida. You can self-report any sort of test score you have so far, any ACT or SAT. We actually even will accept the November and the December ACT and SAT scores as well, so definitely keep that in mind. And you can also upload your personal essay and resume to this application status check as well. Now, quickly moving on to deadlines. So our priority deadline is December 1st. What we mean when we say priority is it simply means you have priority admission consideration, scholarship consideration, honors, housing, the list goes on. So we definitely recommend applying by this time. Like I mentioned before, we are still going to be able to accept those December ACT and SAT scores. Just make sure you have everything else in by December 1st and self-report those scores as soon as you get them back by December 31st. If you do that, you'll get your admission decision on February 18th. Now, we do have a holistic review process at FSU. That means we take a lot of things into consideration when we're reviewing your application. Academics play a large role. It goes beyond your GPA and test scores, though. We look at your overall trend in grades, strength in curriculum. Essay and resume also play a role in your admission decision as well. You can include anything from community service, special recognitions, essay. We have quite a few topics that you can choose from. We also use a couple other pieces of information, such as landscape data that just gives us a little bit of information about your school and the curriculum that's offered. And then finally, we do provide an additional space on your application where you can provide us any additional information that you feel may be relevant for us to know throughout your application review. Here are just some quick financial information pieces. So out-of-state residents will look at that inner Garnet or that outer Garnet text box. This is an estimated cost of tuition and fees for about a year's worth of tuition and fees at Florida State. We've also included some rough estimates here for things like meals, housing, books and supplies, etc. We definitely recommend filling out the FAFSA if you are hoping to receive need-based aid. Opens every year on October 1st. It's first come, first served. So you'll want to make sure you fill out one of those sooner rather than later. And finally, we made it to the end. There's lots of ways to get plugged in here on campus at FSU. We have over 700 registered student organizations. If you're a student that's hoping to live on campus your freshman year, housing contracts will become available once you are officially admitted to the university. Housing is another one of those things that's not guaranteed. It's first come, first serve. So you'll want to make sure you fill out one of those housing contracts as soon as it becomes available to you. I do anticipate those will become available sometime late February, early March of next year. And finally, here are just some ways to stay connected with us. Admissions@fsu.edu is definitely the best way to stay connected with FSU at this time. You can also register for some other virtual events through our visitor center website, visit.fsu.edu. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll pass it on to the next school.
All right, thank you. So next up, we'll hear from Gordon State College.
Hi, y'all. I hope you guys can see my screen. My name's Keely McGill. I'm from Gordon State College. We're located in Barnesville, Georgia. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started for you guys. So on the screen, we just have a couple of cool facts about Gordon that we like to shout out. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna keep pushing on through. So here are some of our academic programs listed. Something I'm gonna speak on really quickly is about our theater and visual arts degree program. We actually have a partnership with Georgia Film Academy, so our students who attend here can actually get credit with our Georgia Film Academy. If you're interested in these other majors, we would love to talk to you about them, but for the sake of time, we're going to keep pushing. So some of our other academic programs, we have a School of Education, Mathematics, and Applied Sciences. Our education program is well known in the state of Georgia. We see a 99 success rate out of our education majors, and actually see that they have been offered a job position before they even graduate from Gordon State College. So another academic program branch, we have our School of Nursing. We are ranked number 8 in the state for state schools nursing programs. We offer our BSN and ASN. We also offer associates in engineering and computer science. Something about our engineering program is we're part of the transfer program. So if you're interested in coming to us for 2 years, we can get you transferred over to Georgia Tech. So what sets Gordon State apart from other institutions? We have something called the Highlander Edge. This is our student co-curriculum, which we have incorporated into all aspects here at Gordon State College. So on top of getting a degree, you're going to get something just a little bit better to make you a better, well-rounded individual. So even though we're a small state school, we do still offer housing. We have 3 different residence halls with 6 different room types. We have apartment style, traditional, suite style, double, and Jack and Jill. So something that's really kind of cool is even though we're a small school, we get to offer some big university feel things. We have a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks on campus that our students can use their dining options with. So we have great student activities. We have intramural sports, clubs and organizations. Because we were previously a 2-year institution, we have the environment created that our students who start out here, we always get them really into leadership positions by the time they're a sophomore or a junior here. Part of our athletics, we have basketball, baseball, and we just recently opened our new club football team, which will be starting next year. So we're super excited about that. So we do offer some great student resources. We have our Student Success Center, which is basically our tutoring center. We offer over 300 hours of tutoring hours for our students. We have a career services who will actually go through mock interviews and everything with you, along with counseling services that are completely free to our students. So let's get down to the budget of everything. So financial aid. So on the screen, I have our financial aid FAFSA code, which is be important when you file. But here's something to take note of with Gordon State. It shows you how cost effective we are with some of our competitors in the state of Georgia. So you're going to come to Gordon State College and get a university education and experience, but with a state college price. So here's our application process. You can scan the QR code at the bottom and apply. For the month of October and November, we have waived our application fee for Apply to College month. And then you would submit all documentation to admissions@gordonstate.edu. If you are currently a student and you want to transfer, we'll need transcripts from your current college. So your student timeline, you'll apply for admission, complete your FAFSA, submit all your documents, and then you would get a 929, and you'll get receive an email from us letting us know what we need from you. And then congratulations, you've been admitted, and you can find out through email or a phone call. So, and then you can sign up for housing. So let's stay connected. It's been a great time talking to you guys, but here's all of our social media and our contact information at the bottom of the slide. So if you guys have anything, let us know.
All right, so next we will hear from Gwinnett Technical College.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patricia Robinson, and I am the recruiter for the Alpharetta North Fulton campus of Gwinnett Technical College. I'm just going to send some virtual applause out there because today you have made the conscious decision to move forward with your education, and not just any education, but we can offer you a quality education here at Gwinnett Technical College. So let's get started. So at Gwinnett Tech, we have over 140 programs to study. And you're probably wondering to yourself, well, how do you break that up? At Gwinnett Tech, we offer associate degrees, certificates, and diplomas. Now, just to clear it up, with our associate degrees, it's roughly going to take about 24 months to complete, depending on the program of study that you choose. And our certificate and diploma programs can take anywhere from 3 to 18 months, again, depending on the program of study that you choose. Here at Alpharetta, here are just some of the programs of study that we offer. We have our business science programs, our computer science programs, criminal justice, hotel, restaurant, and tourist management. We have an early childhood education and care program, our health life science programs, which are very high in demand, especially during this time of COVID-19. Now, a lot of people will say, it doesn't seem that you have all your 140 programs here. Now, we have two campuses. Gwinnett Tech is one school with two different campuses. So I represent the Alpharetta campus, and we also have a Lawrenceville campus, which is located in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So if you're interested in any of our other programs that are offered at Gwinnett Tech, you can always do all of your prerequisites with us at Alpharetta. And then when you're ready, you can always move on over to our Lawrenceville campus to finish up. I always like to let students know that they have the opportunity to go in between each and every campus. You are not restricted to either campus. Now let's talk about how easy it is to get started. First, what you're going to do is go to our website, apply online, and pay your $25 application fee. Next, we're going to need for you to submit your residency documents. And that's just simply taking a picture of your photo ID, so which is your driver's license, your state ID, or your permanent residency card. And we'll just need for you to do that, take a picture of it front and back, and submit it to admissionsdocs@gwinnettech.edu. We're also going to need for you to fill out any other documentation that you may have. And you're going to submit it to our admissionsdocs@gwinnettech.edu email address. Now, we're also going to need any high school, college, or any other transcripts that are required for admission. So in this case, what we would need is an official high school transcript sent to our admissions team. Now, keep in mind, you can send your transcripts electronically, you can mail them to our admissions team, you can hand deliver them, or you can drop them off at our drop-off box at either campus. Now, I've provided a link for you here on this slide, but if you've graduated from a high school in Georgia, you can also obtain your high school transcript by utilizing gafutures.org. Now, you're considered to be a full-time student at Gwinnett Tech if you take 12 credits or more. Anything under 12 credits, you're considered to be a part-time student. Our in-state students pay $100 per credit, our out-of-state students pay $200 per credit, and our foreign students pay $400 per credit. Now, that's just the tuition piece. Now, our fees are a flat fee of $418 per semester. Now, if you need a complete breakdown of our tuition and fees, please feel free to go to our website. I've also provided the link for you here on this slide. On our website, we provide a complete chart and breakdown of our tuition and fees. Now, here are some important dates and deadlines. Now, right now, we are accepting students for our spring semester. But if you're interested in our fall 2021 semester, you can still apply to Gwinnett Tech. Just simply fill out the form that is required for the term that you're interested in. Now, we also encourage you to make sure that you fill out your FAFSA form. So sorry, wait a minute. All right, there we go. So we highly encourage you to fill out your FAFSA form when you are applying to Gwinnett Tech. Now, a lot of people say, I'm not sure if I should fill out my FAFSA form. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any money from FAFSA. We still highly encourage you to go ahead and fill out your FAFSA form. Now, once you've been accepted to Gwinnett Tech, we highly encourage you to sign up for a new student orientation session. But please keep in mind, you must be accepted to Gwinnett Tech first. As of right now, as I mentioned, we are accepting application for our spring term, but you can still apply to Gwinnett Tech for fall 2020-21. November 9th is the application file completion deadline for spring, but you can still apply to Gwinnett Tech for fall 2020-21. I keep on reiterating that because a lot of our students are slightly confused when they go to check out our website. Now, lastly, just to show, if you have any concerns or questions, oops, seems like I jumped to the last, back to my beginning slide, so sorry about that. But if you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Patricia Robinson, and I'm the recruiter for the Alpharetta North Fulton campus of Gwinnett Technical College. My email address is located here on this last slide. You can contact me directly at 470-282-5411. Again, my email address is probinson@gwinnettech.edu. And because you decided to be a part of this session today, we want to reward you with a code. Right now, Gwinnett Tech, we are waiving application fees. And if you use the code C as in Charlie, V as in Van, 19, again, that's C as in Charlie, V as in Van, 19, you can use that code to waive your fee. Thank you and have a great day.
All right, thank you. And next we'll hear from Illinois Wesleyan University.
All righty. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Starnes, and I am the regional representative for Illinois Wesleyan University. I'm looking forward to getting a chance to spend the next few minutes with you here talking about our wonderful university and how we were recently ranked in the top 10 nationally in job placement and also named the hidden gem of the Midwest by College Publications. So we are a small private liberal arts university. Very strong foundation of that, actually. We are located in Bloomington, Illinois. So that's about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. So we were very conveniently between Chicago, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. We have about 1,700 undergrads, so we are a smaller liberal arts university. So if you're considering that, we'd love for you to keep us in mind. About 16 students per average in the classroom. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see the large stadium-style seating lectures. You're going to get a lot less lecture and more discussion with our small class and group settings. So that means a lot more opportunities to get your classes answered, your questions answered in class by a faculty member, good group discussion with your peers. Now, Illinois Wesleyan is made up of 3 primary colleges. We have our College of Fine Arts, So we have a renowned musical theater program, also amazing school of music and art as well. We have our School of Nursing. So we have great STEM opportunities through our nursing program. It's been almost 2 decades of 100% job placement. And our College of Liberal Arts contains the majority of our 80 major minors and combinations. So we have so many different ones to choose from, whether it be environmental studies, psychology, neuroscience, our pre-med track, at 100% acceptance in the med school last year, by the way, business. There's so many different ways to get involved on the campus. So we take a lot of pride in diversity at Illinois Wesleyan. We've grown a lot in diversity. 2 of our last 3 classes have been the most in diverse in history. So we've got about a third of students of color on campus. And we do have an office devoted to it, Office of Diversity and Inclusion, or referred to as ODI. Make sure we take care of all of our students from pre-orientation programs designed to help make sure students of color have a voice, and great resources on our campus to our Lavender graduation to LGBTQ plus community, interfaith background and chapel, and even a lot of first gen and Pell eligible students. So no matter background or anywhere you come from, we want to make sure we're a very open and inclusive campus to all. We have over 120 different student organizations on campus, from big and small, and also Greek life, fraternities and sororities. We have concerts, theatrical productions. Honestly, our atmosphere is very similar to a large university or state school in regards to a lot of choices and resources that you'll have. Even though you're choosing a smaller university, you will not be shortchanged at all by anything at our school. We are Division III NCAA, amazing success. We win a lot across the board for our 24 different sports for our men and women athletes. We also even have esports. So if we've got any gamers in the audience that are looking to potentially get recruited, we do have esports available, national ranked, and scholarships available for our esports recruits as well too. We do have financial aid opportunities. So even though we are a smaller private school located in the north, don't want that to intimidate anyone. We are able to make great things happen financially for our students, especially those with great academic merit. Over 95% of our students will receive financial aid, including a merit scholarship that goes as high as $34,000, renewable each year. And that is available based on GPA and scores. In fact, our averages this past year were a 3.8 GPA, 27 ACT, 12, 10 SAT. So if you're at that average now or higher, you will be on the higher merit side. And we are test optional this year too. So for our students that have not had a chance to take the test, we're here for you. Make sure you have opportunities that can still get accepted and get financial aid as well. So the next step for our seniors, especially the application. We would love to see you apply. Our app is free. We are on the Common App as well. We have an early decision coming up on November 15th. We're not closing anything down though. We will have regular decisions all the way through next year, including financial aid opportunities for either path. Again, the app is free internally and also on the Common App as well. We keep the process very simpler. And we would love for anyone to consider visiting the campus to check out our virtual open house. We have that coming up on November 14th. So if you've liked what you've heard here tonight, be a great way to expand upon it for a larger setting, and great ways to be able to grow and learn. We have individual virtual visits and on-campus visits as well safely. So there's a lot of ways to be able to connect and to continue to grow in the environment that we have for you. Here's my main contact information. Top left, again, my name is Andrew. My email is located there, astarnes@iw.edu. 309-706-6524 is my main contact number. Do hope to see some of you reach out, think about applying, and I hope everyone has a great evening. Thanks for tuning in to hear us tonight.
All right, thank you. And next we'll hear from John Cabot University.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome, my name is Ramsey. I am the U.S. Admissions Counselor for John Cabot University. We're taking a short trip over. It's a little bit different than what we've been hearing. We are an American institution in Rome, 4-full-year program, liberal arts university, but you get to live in Rome for 4 years. So We're taking a trip over the ocean. So a few things to know about John Cabot. We are a very diverse and international campus. As you can see, just about half of our student body are from the US, but everybody else is from around the world, and we have students from over 70 countries at our school. So you're constantly mingling with other cultures, definitely a multicultural learning environment, which I think is one of the most important things nowadays. We do have that small college feel, where you will know your professor, they'll know your name and know your grade, and you can go and ask them if they can grab a coffee this week and maybe talk about your last exam. I know I did when I was there. It was nice to have a good rapport with your professor and have them know you not just as your teacher but as a friend. It is an urban campus, so think NYU type, if you're if you can think of that. We have a few buildings in Rome, but when you walk out of the buildings, you're just in the city. So that's kind of the best part, honestly. In terms of COVID, we are actually in person right now. I know that's what everybody's kind of thinking of. We are in person, and we've kind of done a hybrid of in-person and remote classes. We socially distance the classrooms and housing, and we're doing scanning, and you have to wear a mask on campus. So there's a lot of things, but it's pretty impressive how quickly we've adapted. Some examples of how we have adapted. But yeah, we're trying to get some sort of normalcy back to the experience. So we have 14 majors and 19 minors. We have everything from economics and finance to classical studies and art history. I think Rome is one of the best places in the world to be studying that. And it's important to note that having Rome as a resource is very important. I mean, really, no matter what you're interested in, if it's literature or culture or history or art or food, Rome has an abundance of it. And it's really nice to be able to learn through your experiences, not just taking notes all day long, but sometimes, a lot of the times, the professors take the students out of class and use Rome as a resource. So going to museums and talks and shooting outside for photography and filming and all kinds of different things. And that's what really sticks with you, is those experiences. Of course, you will be taking notes in class sometimes, but the professors really love using Rome to their advantage. Something we do really big at John Cabot is our career services. We have partnerships with over 650 companies in and outside of Italy. So it's a very high chance that you receive a scholarship, an internship, while you're at John Cabot. We have 3 career fairs every year where we invite a bunch of different companies to the campus, and you can talk to them, give them your resume, see what they're looking for in an applicant. And it's really nice to put yourself in that environment. Not only a professional experience, but an international professional experience, which I think is, every company in the world is getting more and more international. So that's very useful for students to build up your resume even before leaving college. So because we're not a huge 30,000 student body and frats and sororities, we kind of have a different style. We put a lot into our student clubs and organizations. We have everything from MUN to fashion club and photography and theater. We put on several plays every year. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. I will say it's very hard to be bored in Rome. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. Combined with the travel and Europe and Italy itself, because we're in Italy, like I said, we do a lot of trips and activities. So day trips and even weekend trips. It's nice because you can just sign up and go with a bunch of like-minded people to cities and towns around Rome, and even further places for those weekend trips. We do have athletics. Of course, it's Italy, so we have a big soccer team. They play against other international universities, and then we have basketball and volleyball and cheerleading and a few other small sports. But yeah, there's just a lot of ways to get involved. We know that we have students coming from around the world, so if you're out of your comfort zone, if everybody's out of their comfort zone, then nobody is. So just a few pictures of our campuses so that you can kind of get an image of where you're going. I don't have to tell you that Rome is a beautiful city. There's a lot to see. You can just walk and walk and walk because it's so beautiful. But here we have, like I said, a few buildings on the river that you can walk in between your classes, get a piece of pizza and a cup of coffee. Rome is honestly one of the best places to be studying art. It's just everywhere, very inspirational place. We have our own art studio dedicated, if you're into drawing or sculpting or photography, graphic design, whatever it is, you have a specific space. We do have housing, so it's more apartment style, and it's very close to campus, 24-hour security, but you will have a kitchen and maybe a small balcony. There's a gym in the bottom with a place, full gym, and also a place to do classes like meditation and yoga and things like that. It's kind of our residential life building. I'm sorry, I'm trying to run through this in limited time. People ask me, how do we apply to an Italian university? Well, it's just like applying to any other institution in the States because we're an American institution. So we are on the Common App. We have waived the SATs and ACTs, so no need for that anymore. But yeah, we do have our merit-based scholarships and need-based scholarships. Our annual tuition is just under $27,000 per year, and that's without any scholarship. And as you can see, over 85% of our students do receive a scholarship of some sort. And we as well take the FAFSA because we're an American university. So that's it. That's my time. If you guys wanted to scan this QR code, it has all of the information that I spoke about today. If you can just take out your phone and get to the camera. But yeah, my name is Ramsey, and just let us know if you guys have any questions. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, and our final school for this 6x6 is Johnson & Wales University, and then we'll encourage all of our participants to ask questions through the Q&A.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Casso. I am a regional admissions representative with Johnson & Wales University. I'm also an alum of the College of Business. And Johnson & Wales University is a four-year private university founded in 1914 in Providence, Rhode Island. We were founded by two women who actually believed in experiential education. And JWU's total enrollment right now is 12,215 students from 78 countries. We have two campuses. The Providence campus is right here. This is Down City. That's in the heart of Providence. We also have a Harborside campus on the beautiful Narragansett Bay. The Charlotte campus is also a regional campus for us. That is our second campus. And it's also in the heart of the fastest growing business centers in the country. Charlotte offers a great combination of networking opportunities, urban living, and Southern charm. We learn by doing at the university through learning labs. Here you see some learning labs here in Providence. It's usually when you think of learning labs, you're thinking of perhaps chemistry labs or culinary labs. But we do have labs for most all of our majors. And that's what makes us so different because we are so hands-on, and the experiential education or learn by doing literally starts from day one in the classroom. We have a very industry-focused education. We blend that with our core curriculum in arts and sciences. And also, just to let you know, I mentioned learning labs for other majors. For instance, finance, they actually handle real live money in the stock market. And our JWU ad team actually works on real advertising campaigns with global companies. Also, our faculty to student ratio is 18:1. So you really are learning in a very small classroom size. There are no lecture hall type of classes at Johnson & Wales, and you actually receive more one-on-one attention that way. You'll also be learning from the best. JWU faculty they have great expertise, industry connections, and they provide our students with more of a personalized attention approach. And also, it really does help to inspire professional success and personal growth. And our faculty have impressive industry experience. We jump right into our major at the university. So no matter what major you pursue at Johnson & Wales, you will begin taking classes in your major right away. And that's also combined with your core academic studies in the arts and sciences. There are over 50 majors to choose from at Johnson & Wales. We have everything from business to arts and sciences, health and wellness, engineering, hospitality, culinary arts. But we also have recently been ranked number 7 in the world for our hospitality management program. New this year is the College of Food Innovation and Technology, or CFIT for short. And this is substantial because we've always been a global leader in culinary education, but now we're taking our role a bit further in food innovation and technology. So students interested in food science or nutrition, product innovation, anything really culinary related, you'll get a chance to explore those culinary systems within several different landscapes that really do analyze, you are analyzing the impact food has on all of us. Here you'll see our numbers, 97.7% career outcome rate, basically meaning our students absolutely are doing what they came to college to pursue pursue, and they're, getting into their career immediately after graduation, pertinent to what their major was. Or perhaps they're going on for more advanced degrees such as pre-med, pre-law, or law school or med school, or anything related to master's degrees. We have 71% of our students do receive job offers after a paid internship, and that is key. And it's really not unusual to find students who have actually done 2 internships by the time they graduate. We have over 150 clubs and organizations on campus. We have Greek life, we have intramural sports. You'll definitely not be bored at any one of our campus locations, either Providence or Charlotte. We do have a robust athletic program, very competitive. We are NCAA Division III at our Providence campus, and USCAA in Charlotte. We also offer esports as well. Our residential life on both campuses, you do have plenty of options. We do require a 2-year residency requirement. So we offer everything from singles to suites to apartment style living. And yes, you can actually bring your car on campus. I know that's a big question. You can bring your car on campus your first year. So if you're interested in applying to Johnson & Wales, we have a very straightforward application process. You can apply online at our website, or you can find us on a Common App. We look for your academics on your high school transcript. We look at the strength of curriculum. We're looking at, of course, overall GPA. If your school ranks you, we look at class rank. We are test optional, and essays, recommendation letters, they are also optional. If you have them, you can certainly send them. Early action passed, it was November 1st, but our regular admissions deadline is March 1st, and we have a holistic application review. So we're interested in anything you're doing outside of the classroom. You can also submit transfer credits, whether it's an AP or IB class or college credit. 94% of our students on ground receive financial aid and merit-based scholarships. I absolutely encourage you to visit the university, take a quick snapshot of this screen. You can request more information from Johnson & Wales, and this is my contact information where you can reach out to me personally. I'm here to help you, and thank you so much for your time, and have a great night.
All right, everyone. Thank you to all of our presenters. So now we have about 7 minutes for all of your questions to come through. And as we keep an eye on the Q&A, I want to invite all of our panelists to turn on their videos, turn them back on so we get a full panel of all of your lovely faces. And we'll keep an eye on the Q&A, but in the meantime, I want to ask everybody, and I didn't warn them about this question, so here we go. To just in presentation order, go through and give us a fun fact or a unique tradition or something special about your school that you really love, but that maybe doesn't make it into the official presentation. So we'll go back and we'll hear from Florida State first, and then just go through in presentation order.
Sure. Well, we have lots of great traditions at Florida State. I think the first one that came to my mind, though, was our birthday tradition. So when it is your birthday at Florida State, we have a fountain that you can jump in. There's actually a camera where if your parents want to tune in and watch you jump into the fountain on your birthday, you can do that as well. Take a lap around the fountain. Actually, all of our fountains are registered swimming pools because we found that all of our students like to cool off in the fountains. So that is just a fun, just quirky little tradition that we have at Florida State. But yeah, I think that was the first one that came to my mind.
So for Gordon State, we actually just recently started this new tradition where every homecoming we have all the students paint this rock, and it gets to stay for years to come. So each homecoming, each class gets to leave a rock that's been painted by their class, so they can bring their students or their kids when they get old and their alumni and stuff, they can bring it back to Gordon and be like, oh, I painted this rock. So it's pretty cool.
So at Gwinnett Technical College, especially at the Alpharetta campus, we're right across the street from this place called the Avalon, which has a plethora of hotels and all kinds of restaurants and things of that nature. So it has an open green grass area, and a lot of people like to go walk their dogs who are in the area. So you can go over, walk your dog, or meet any other dogs over there. And the concierge office over there, they offer treats. So you can get some of the treats there and feed some of the dogs. So I think that's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said I want to go. I'm from Georgia, and I had no idea that they were doing that.
Over, we're right across the street.
So at Illinois Wesleyan, we have an event every year called the Big Show, to where basically we turn the student center into a large, kind of like a concert hall area. So that way we invite in some big name musicians to come in, do a free show for our students, and just really turn it into a large scale weekend event. A lot of different fun games and activities, and just for everybody to kind of kick back and relax as kind of a good way to start the second semester off.
Yeah, I guess one thing that I would say about John Cabot, yeah, I mean, I always say that it's not just going to school, it's not just going to college. There's just this whole other side to the experience where you're moving to a new country and learning, a new way of life and meeting people from all around the world and, becoming a lot more independent and self-sufficient than I think the average student does in that time frame. So that's what I really loved about going to John Cabot, and what made me decide to come and work for them is that I want to tell students in the States that there are good options outside of the U.S. and I feel like we spend a lot of time talking about what's inside the U.S. and you can get an American education outside and still travel and see all these places you've heard about your whole life, and so I think it's just there's just a whole nother side to the experience, and that's what really kind of caught my attention. But yeah.
So we're talking about traditions. Johnson& Wales has a really cool tradition where it's called Ignite the Night. It is basically you're joining a celebration on our commons. It's actually called Gaby Commons, and we kick off the new academic year. This is specifically at the JU Providence campus, and it's great because all the new students are welcomed by the returning students. Lots of food, games, music, a lot of fun, all under twinkly lights because we actually have lantern lights. All if you can see the background here, all those trees that we have on our commons. It's really, really pretty, and it's a great way to welcome our new Wildcat community. And basically, it's touted as add your light to the community, to the JU community.
That's great. This is always my favorite part, is asking that question. We do have had a question come through about Georgia Healthcare College or Institute. So if anybody in Georgia wants to speak to their healthcare programs, you got about a minute or so to do that.
Well, I'll go first. I was actually answering the question. So at Gwinnett Tech, we offer a plethora of healthcare programs. They're all located on our website. One thing that I would really love to highlight is our nursing program. And the thing that I like to tell students all the time is just because we're a technical college does not mean that we are not an option. Our nurses rank very high in the Georgia area and throughout Georgia. And then I also like to mention to them too that just because you come through our ADN program does not mean that you can't move on to a four-year institution and finish up a BSN. And the other good thing to keep in mind is that the Kaplan exam that all nurses take, everybody takes that. So if you go to a technical college, if you go to a 2-year, if you go to a 4-year college, every nurse takes that test, and you're still considered to be a nurse and still be able to move into the medical field and be able to get top pay. So that's just something I'd like to mention. We also offer our Rad Tech program. We have a very high in demand healthcare program. So we do offer a plethora of programs in the healthcare industry. And again, if you go to gwinnettech.edu, check out our programs tab, and you'll see all of the healthcare programs that we offer. Thank you. And again, please don't forget that code, C as in Charlie, V as in Victor, 19 to waive your application fee.
All right. Well, that brings us just about to the end of our presentations for today. So I want to say thank you so much to all of our presenters, and thank you to all of our participants who joined us and asked questions. And if we didn't get to your question, don't worry. The panelists will have your contact information, and they'll be able to follow up with you with all those questions. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. We've got another one starting in just about 15 minutes. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions, and in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at the same website where you registered. So I want to say thank you again to everybody who participated this afternoon. I'm sure I'll see a few of the participants in our next session. And to everybody else, have a great evening.